Hey everyone, my name is Max Kinzer and I'm Vice President here at McCoy Wright Commercial Real Estate, and I wanted to take a moment to say how thankful and honored I am to have been selected for this award and talk briefly about the most important mentor I've ever had, the president of our company, John Wright Jr. He's shown me everything I know about being a good broker, a great husband, a great friend, and a great man. And he's shown me the most important aspect of leadership, I think, is to know the people you lead, to be involved with their professional and personal lives, and be able to connect with them on many levels.
When I think of a mentor, the first person that comes to mind is my dad. My dad's not an attorney, but he has given so many lessons and wisdom in regards to business and how to treat people, and most importantly, giving back to our community. That was instilled in us at a very early age, and that's been near and dear to our hearts from the very beginning, and even still stays true to this day. So a big shout out to you, Dad.
The question that was asked of me is, who has been a great mentor to you? That's an easy answer. My grandfather, who immigrated to the United States in 1951, is most certainly the greatest mentor I've had in my life. He exemplifies integrity, leading by example, and persevering through hard times. Anytime I think of a situation in my life that's been difficult, he's someone who I've been able to turn to and ultimately think through everything he's been in and out of through immigrating, through starting a business, and leading a successful family.
I am lucky to have had many great leaders and mentors throughout my career, but two in particular stand out. The first is my first boss, John Boyanowski, who took a chance on me as his first new employee at Complete Public Relations. I learned so much from that first job, and it really laid the foundation for where I am today, and I owe that to John. The second is my boss for much of my time at Prisma Health, Tammy Epps. I deeply admire her positivity, her work ethic, and her care for her team. She inspired me to be my best self every day.
I believe a trait I have as a leader is leading by example and using this to build trust. I believe healthy leadership seeks first to foster shared trust, and I model my decision making as a leader off of that premise. And it's critical that I learn daily from those on my team, helping to identify their strengths and areas of growth and providing opportunities for them to develop for the betterment of our organization and for them as young professionals.
My strongest trait as a leader is my vulnerability. I know that may sound very countercultural, but I believe every time I've initiated being vulnerable with another coworker or teammate, employee, has opened the doors to grow more trust. And the more that we trust each other, the better we communicate, and the more progress we make towards our goals together.
Skill sets important to have as a leader: communication and gratitude. Being able to communicate is special. Be able to adapt, but most importantly, it's always good to listen to understand instead of listening to reply. One thing that you can always take away is a small detail that that individual is talking to you about. You can be able to give them back an example, or you can also give them a helpful tool, and it shows that you're actually listening. Being grateful is special, whether it's thank you, writing an appreciation letter, or just even writing a little postcard that was handwritten. It's the thought that goes into it, and it most importantly shows that you were appreciative, and it may open up more opportunities in your near future.
I believe the best skill set a leader can have is the ability to build trust with those around them. Building trust is the cornerstone of any relationship. By building trust, others will truly know who you are as a leader and a person. It builds confidence, a sense of security, and assurance.
Being a leader, there's a lot of skills that come into mind that I would consider important, but one that really stands out is being a good listener. If you have the ability to listen to your people, you can get a lot more out of them, and ultimately that's the goal as a leader, is to get the most out of your people and allow them to be the best they can be.
I find a leader someone who's courage, someone who has confidence, determination, and a clear vision of what they want to accomplish. I also think of a leader as someone who is humble, patient, willing to listen, and also willing to admit when they're wrong.
I love the question, what skill sets are important for a leader to have? And for me, that is integrity would be number one. Being able to suit up and show up and do what you say you're gonna do. And continue to do that even when no one's looking. And the second would be humility. especially in terms of being able to recognize when you're wrong and take accountability for that, and being able to shift, change gears, and go a different direction.
A visionary, a true leader is somebody that can lead by example, can display integrity, honesty, humility, listen actively, and bring really the team with them to achieve a shared and common and valuable goal for the future. Because leadership is not a solo endeavor, right? It's about recognizing the strengths and the talents of those around you on the team and help level them up so that they can shine, so that they can become the best version of themselves.
A couple of the skills I think are essential for any leader is instinct, drive, and developing the next leader. Instinct is finding what needs to be done and having the right solution to the right problems. Following your gut, having a good assessment of the situation, and being able to solve issues. But then also drive, completing a project, taking it to completion, finishing. It's an essential skill. And then developing who's coming behind you, who will take your place. That is essential for any leader.
I believe that the most important skill set that a leader can have is the ability to hear what someone is saying. Not to just listen to them, but to take the time and actually hear what they're trying to say. I believe that over time will build trust.
Some skill sets that I believe are important for a leader include being an active listener that will build rapport with those you work with, but also allow you to be proactive instead of reactive to any possible issues, and also identifying potential in those around you and equipping them with the knowledge and the resources in order to reach their career goals.
I would hope others would describe my leadership style as a servant leader. I really strive to be a phone-a-friend type of leader, help out with patients, their families, our community, and fellow colleagues. Really just be someone that you can lean on at any time.
I lead by example. Trenches, being part of the team, the pack. You know, leaders never out front pointing, the leaders in the back pushing, helping people get to that ultimate goal.
I strive to be an empathetic and supportive leader in my business. Understanding what motivates each of my team members allows me to effectively communicate and connect with them on a personal level. We are all expected to work hard, but I encourage my team to maintain a balanced lifestyle and take time to enjoy the people and the things that they love. I share my vision for the future initiatives and encourage my team to share their ideas, opinions, and concerns to better our team and our company as a whole.
I would describe my leadership style as creative and pioneering. It's always important for me to have fun. That's rule number one. Secondly, I like to be able to pivot in the face of change.
Today, I would say that I'm a democratic and transformational leader. And those I lead, I encourage them to have a voice, have a seat at the table, and share their thoughts. As a professional, I create efficient processes through creativity and innovation. There's a quote by the director of the London School of Business that says, in the past, jobs were about muscle. Today, they're about brains, and in the future, they'll be about heart. Humans are driven by connection. So when I lead, I make sure that I'm always learning, that I'm being an active listener, I have strong communication skills, and that I'm showing empathy.
My advice to somebody just starting out with their career would be to decide what is important to you and make all of your decisions through that lens. Trust that you don't have to have it all figured out, and always surround yourself with people who are the best at what they do. It'll strengthen you, grow you, and challenge you.
And somebody just starting their career, I just tell them to be before you be. If you want to be a teacher before you step into a classroom and embody characteristics and the profession before you go into it, and seek mentors and leaders to help guide you.
I think creating a 5-year vision for yourself is key, personally and professionally, because ultimately you want those two things to align, and you can't really have one without the other. But don't be scared to share your professional vision with your boss, with other trusted people in your life. When you start out, you really need support and guidance. And I guarantee there's people out there willing to help if you share your vision and you ask the right questions.
My advice for any young professional looking to start their career, I have 5 tips for success. So number 1, never eat lunch alone. Number 2, have discipline over motivation.
Number 3, set others up for success. Promise you it's worth it. Number 4, take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And ladies, number 5, don't be afraid to embrace your femininity.
The advice I'd give to someone just starting their career is to trust the process. Success is not going to happen overnight, and the success comes from working hard and dedicating your time to learning. You're going to need a lot of people around you to succeed, so make sure that you get to know other people around you, talk to your leaders, and talk to them about what your goals are, because if you don't voice them, they're not going to be able to tell you specifically what you need to do in order to succeed.
To others starting your career, I encourage you to not take yourself too seriously. Listen and learn from others, regardless of their position, and don't be afraid to tackle the scary and challenging things, for those are typically what make us stronger. Thank you.
If I had to give advice to somebody just starting their career, it would be to soak it all in. I know there's many moments where people think that they want that next role or that next step up, but I've come to learn that you might be right where you need to be in order for that next door to open. So soak it all in, learn all you can, and the doors will open for you.
For someone starting their career, my advice to them is to be flexible and curious. Make the connections, learn the why, ask questions. By doing this, you will be able to pave the path for growth and also be better at your profession.
If I could offer any early career advice, I would say to stay strong in your convictions, but to leave room for the magic. I think that only happens when you leave space for things to look a little bit differently than you might have originally planned.